Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about our homeschool preschool routine and a little bit more about like what I wish I knew before I started homeschool. Now Harvey is in preschool, and technically in the state of Colorado I don't have to register him until kindergarten if I don't want to, but we went ahead and we did that, so he's registered for homeschool in our state. So you have to kind of look up what regulations are in your state, what you have to do, how many tests, how many days a year, what kind of curriculum you want to go off of. We do kind of our own curriculum mixed with a little bit of like Kids Khan Academy and ABC Mouse and like different things that we use and different tools. There's some things those are kind of things that I wish I knew. First is what the laws were in our state, because you kind of just have to learn as you go. And so if you're sitting there and you're like, I want to do homeschool, awesome. Research your state laws first, because some people make it really difficult. For Colorado, it's kind of easy. You just kind of have to register and but you have to send in a letter saying, my child so-and-so is starting this grade through homeschool through their school district. So if you live in like the Denver school district, you have to write to the Denver public schools to let them know that you're homeschooling. They don't regulate it, but you have to send in your scores, and like you have to really keep up with what's going on. So that's the first thing. The second thing I wish I knew before was where to find curriculums. There are tons. Now I'm gonna just say, like, if you are looking for homeschool, but you don't necessarily, sorry, I'm gonna play with my hair. I just washed it and straightened it, and so it's a little staticky. If you're looking for a curriculum that kind of is more like off the computer, where if your kids are a little older and you're not going to be as hands-on with them, K through 12 or public schools, it's through the public school, but you're doing it at home, it's accredited, and they give you all the materials and it's free. So that is a really good option if you're looking to do homeschool. But like if you have older kids who are a little bit more like independent, I have a preschooler, so our homeschool routine is very, very hands-on. So you just kind of have to figure out what works best for you, for your family. There's Christian ones, because I know that some people who homeschool are very Christian, and they have, sorry, Harvey's watching something. You can go through the, like there's ones like, do you want religious studies in there or do you not? Depending on what your preference is. We chose to not, because Bible study and stuff like that outside of schools, because kind of how we wanted to handle that. That's just a personal choice for us. You guys can do whatever you feel is best for your kids. There's also ones through Liberty, and they do really great. I think they're fairly inexpensive as well. I do think you have to pay for that one though. So that was number 2. Number 3, what is my role? Like, what do I have to do to prepare my child every year, and how much work is it going to be for me? Now, when you're a homeschool parent, you're not just their mom, you're not just the nurse, you're not just the caretaker, you're not just the maid, you're not just the cook. You are also now their teacher in every aspect, not just like manners and like how to be a person, but also education-wise. So it is a lot to take on as a parent, more so than what we have already been doing. And I say this all the time, like whether you have 1 or 7, your workload grows as you have more kids, but you are still very, very busy. Your life changes drastically, and you have so much on your plate. And it's a 24/7 job, on call all the time. Your kids are sick, you gotta be there. You're sick too, doesn't matter. So you just have to really be willing to take on that amount of work. Number 4 is, what kind of school supplies do they need? Because we're not going to them schools, so like the tissues and stuff we just provide because it's just our house and we already have our own floor wipes and stuff like that. Am I going to be teaching off a whiteboard? Do we need dry erase markers? What kind of pencils do we need? Do we need to get him his own computer? All these different things. The answer for us was no, we don't need to get him a new computer, because we use some apps to help us, and I can do another video on apps that we love for homeschooling and for like preschool learning or language, and we can do that in a separate video. But he uses our tablet for that. But that's the only thing he uses the tablet for, and it's very, very rarely. We don't really let him have a lot of screen time, mostly because it actually, like, 30 minutes more, like 30 minutes a day or more. And that's kind of what we do, like going off of like little screens that they're zoned in. He can watch as many movies as he wants because he won't really watch them. They're just in the background. He likes to dance to the music and then he'll go off and play. We see those as very different rather than like zoned in, not really paying attention to everything else going on, compared to being still active and doing everything else. So that's the kind of investment we made, is to get him his own tablet so that he can do his, Joe has his for work that he likes to keep his separate, and I have just like my phone and stuff like that, and Harvey does ABC Mouse on my phone and on his tablet and on my mom's phone. We have one account that we can share through many devices, so that when my mom's watching Harvey, if she ever is, and she was also a preschool teacher, so that's another reason I felt very comfortable with homeschool preschool, is because my mom has done this, and my mom is very active in Harvey's life and is a big participant in his learning, and so it was very easy. And I had also done like teaching as well, so it was really an easy thing for me to be like, oh, let's do this. There's other reasons, personal reasons, that we decided, but I don't really feel like that's necessary to get into. This is just like more of like the educational stuff. And the last one, number 5, I wish I knew, was, am I ready as the parent? Now, yes, it's a lot of work, but like, if you're not strong in math and that's not your skill set, which is not mine, are you going to be able to teach your kid 5th grade math? Are you going to be able to go through high school with your kid and know what they're learning and be able to teach it to them? Also, there's some school districts will let you do electives at the high school and core classes at home. You just have to talk to the school district and figure that out. That's kind of what we plan to do. That way he still gets the high school experience and maybe some of the middle school experience and makes those kind of friends. But really what we wanted was the majority of his time here with us. Safety reasons, just my own comfort level. But if Harvey ever asked us, like, I want to go to school, 100% he'd be in school. So that's another thing as a parent, like know your kid and know yourself. Know what your kid can do and know what your limitations are. Luckily for me, like English is where I soar. Creative writing, creative learning, art, history, those things I do really well in. Math is the only thing that I don't do really well in. I just happen to be married to an accountant, so math is his forte, so we kind of got all our bases covered. But you have to know what your strengths are and what your child's strengths are and how they learn. And that's one of the best things about homeschool, is you can really gear their learning to their learning style. Harvey's a very hands-on child. He learns through he's playing, sorry. He's not alone, I promise. But we were able to gear his preschool towards his learning style. It's a lot of play-based learning, but it's very interactive. It's very much so one-on-one, and it's a lot throughout the day. Sometimes most parents, especially if you have more than one, it's hard to do homeschool because you have a lot going on. So you just have to really think about all like the different things that go into homeschool, what your schedule is. I am a stay-at-home mom. I do my business and I have other things that I do, but I have the ability to be with my son. I can still work from home and be with him and be his teacher and be there for him all the time. If you can't do that, then maybe homeschool is not an option for you. So you just have to kind of like weigh your choices and do what's best for you and your family. And the cool thing about homeschool nowadays is it's not as taboo as it used to be. There's so many kids that are homeschooled. For so many different reasons, so many different resources, so many different groups, that you're able to actually, we have 2 different Christian schools down the street from us that do homeschool 4 days a week, and on Fridays they go into school. There's so many different options that you can do, so you have to really look into everything and really feel like you're educated in the decision that you're making. I hope that this video was helpful for somebody. If you're considering homeschool or if you're considering anything, we consider ourselves fairly normal, you know. Harvey's a really normal kid. He plays soccer and he's a really fun, outgoing kid, and we try to socialize him as much as possible. And so I don't personally think there's a stigma on like the weird homeschool kid, but who knows? I'm kind of quirky, I guess, but I wasn't homeschooled. I was homeschooled for a little bit. I can tell that story later. My experience with homeschool. But anyway, I hope that this video was helpful, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if there's any other homeschool videos that you would like me to do in the comments below. And also, if you haven't yet, subscribe so that you can see when I post a new video. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.